Hello, thank you for listening to your and watching to your favorite podcast. This is the Maximum Filipino Show. Um, this is the Maximum Filipino Show. My name is CB, Captain Bug, AJ. You can call me whatever you want.
And I am Waka, your favorite guy. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey.
That was so cheesy. All right. Well, we're supposed to have a guest today, but I guess it's just us for now.
Yeah.
We don't have anybody doing with the podcast with us, and we hope that you're enjoying this kind of setup where we just talk about random things
Right.
while Waka play with his phone.
Well, I'm not right now. I'm focusing on you, where everything is more beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I like this lighting in my face. Let me move this screen. Let's see what it looks like.
That's pretty bright.
Yeah, it's pretty bright. That's
Make you look more
pretty
white.
over. I think it might be a little overexposed. Might be.
But hey, I still look good. Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff on me. I got a blanket, sweater, or whatever you call it.
I don't know. You look like an old woman.
I get that sometimes.
Are you cold?
No,
Why do you have so much stuff on you?
I feel comfortable.
Okay. All right. I don't really know.
I like a grandma, don't I?
I don't really know what to talk about, but one thing that I found out recently, what's his face? Rick Riordan, the author of Percy Jackson and all that good stuff, just signed a contract with Disney, and it got greenlit, and they're gonna have Rick Riordan, the Olympian,
Ooh.
in Disney Plus. I don't know when, but it's gonna be in there.
Is it gonna be a series or a movie?
I have no idea. I just said it's gonna be in Disney Plus, so I'm guessing it's gonna be a series.
I knew he was with Disney somehow, but I guess it's official, for a bigger contract.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
You forgot to close the door.
Well, hello, door. Let me go close it. I didn't really forget. I just thought you had things to go in and out before we start. But
yeah,
okay.
but isn't it safe to close the door?
All right, I'll close it.
Because I can always open it.
I'll close it. Jeez. Relax. No, I feel all stuffy with all this stuff on me. I was trying to look cool, but I guess I don't. I look extra.
Yeah, you look like a grandma. But so in all that, we can't wait for that and do an afterflix with it and just talk about what and I know Disney's gonna do well and do a lot better with Rick Riordan's book, because I know he wanted to make his book. He intentionally wanted the movies to be different than the books. So I know he's gonna do well. Although the movie that the kids watched earlier, The Diary of a Wimpy Kid, was a little too different. It's too unique. I don't know if I like that.
Wait. Unique in what way?
I told you earlier in the van, they just changed a lot of things. They made it too unique.
But isn't it your thing to that normally the director and the book or the author are two different things?
Is it my normal?
Yeah, no. Didn't you tell me that however the director interprets the author's words, that's up to them or something like that?
No, that's just in Rick Riordan's book. That's just the Percy Jackson. He wanted the movie to be different than the book.
No, in general, you know how movies tend to base things from.
No, this
books?
is why. No, that's why. What's his name? That's why Peter Jackson is not doing any more Lord of the Rings, because he went way off the books, and so the Tolkien's family just told him, "You're not doing any more of our movies, or any of Tolkien's books."
Okay. I know you told me something. Maybe it was related to anime or something like that. I'm not sure. It was something you said that they shouldn't be mad at the director of how they made the movie, because they made the movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. In that sense, yeah, you shouldn't be mad because it's the director. It's the director's perspective on how to look at things and the actors and things like that. Um, I don't know. It's really difficult to say because, like I said, well, it is the directors or the producers or the writers' choice to do it. But I also have a choice to say, man, that wasn't a good movie, especially if you're basing off the book.
True.
Like, that wasn't a good movie. Like for example, the Noah's Ark. Noah.
The one starring
With Russell Crowe,
Mhm.
and
I haven't watched that yet.
he said the movie said it's based on the Bible. Well, yeah, you can interpret the Bible however much you want, but I have a freedom to say no, that's way off.
Okay, now that you elaborate, that makes sense. That you still have a choice to decide how you feel about the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm trying to put the things together of how you think or feel. Man, I feel like I'm static on this mic. All right, but I'm excited. I'm excited for Disney to really take off on how they will play out the books. I mean, do you think they're gonna do all the books?
I don't know. Hopefully they will, because I think it might just be depends on the contract. It might just be, the Olympian, or they're remaking Percy Jackson. But hopefully they do all of them. But that was the. It's not a rumor anymore. It's for sure that Rick Riordan signed the contract with Disney Plus, and they're gonna make a show off of his books.
That's awesome. I'm excited to see that. I really am.
I just can't wait for Aragon. Aragon.
Yeah, Disney's the one that's in charge of that, right?
Yeah, Aragon. They're making an Aragon movie or a show.
Yeah, it was a show.
Because it's gotta be a show. You can make that a movie.
It's those movies. It was a while back where this guy told us about 5 top movies or something like that didn't have a sequel.
Oh yeah.
And one of my choices was Aragon. I don't know if it was, but Aragon was definitely one of them, or if not, could have been one of the top 5s. Because they've started a movie and it was based on a book, and the book had many parts, and I want to know what happens next. You can't just start a movie and just drop it.
I agree. I actually haven't seen Aragon. I haven't seen that movie. Another good movie that deserves a sequel, right? So we talked about the movies that deserve a sequel, and one of them is Aragon. Another one is A-Team. You mentioned A-Team.
Oh yes, A-Team.
I actually haven't seen Tron, but I feel like Tron deserves a sequel.
I think it. I don't know if the current Tron that was done was the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Or a remake. I thought it was a redo, but I'm hearing rumors that they either revamped it or did a sequel of it. Tron, because there's an older.
Well, yeah. A lot of movies are. A lot of movies recently are just, or even shows, a revision or a spin-off of the original movies and shows.
I feel like Tron is tricky only because it's like a digital world thing, that time can be played out in a digital world in there. I mean, when I'm saying that time in this digital world is different, it's like a different dimension. So I thought that they did a sequel, which was the recent one that came out.
Yeah, I can't really say anything. I can't really say anything about the movie because I haven't seen the movie. I just know a lot of people who likes the movie. If that's the case, if this is a movie that a lot of people like, why not make a second movie? Because there's always a way to make a sequel in a movie. There's always a way. I mean, if we can make 2 sequels of Taken, why can't we make a sequel of Tron?
Well, before I met this guy, so I'm always looking forward to what's next, part 2 or part 3. But I realized that a lot of him and he have never met my mom, but him and my mom somewhat have similar taste, because each sequel, I thought every movie was made by the same director, but apparently it's not. Like part 2 or part 3, it depends on the director, and the sequels are hit and miss, right?
Yeah. It depends on the contract. It depends on what's going on. It's like Aladdin. The director of first Aladdin, the third Aladdin are the same director. The second is not. And then on the second Aladdin, Robbie Williams wasn't the genie. It's because they fired the first director. When they fired the first director, he said, "Nope, I'm not gonna play a genie. Not until you bring the original director." I forgot what's his name. But when he came back in the third movie, that's when Robbie Williams became the genie again.
Who was the third? Then what was the second one? Was it the thieves?
I don't know.
I know there was something about the thieves. The King of Thieves, or
Yeah, something like that. Because I think Return of Jafar is the third one.
Okay, that makes sense. I now that I think about it, I didn't really see a genie because if I recall, part one genie at the end he took off on vacation.
Yeah.
And then I think he came back on the third from vacation. Or
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I've only seen the first one and the third one. That's it.
So, what movies or well-titled movies or series that deserved a sequel but was botched by the next director? Do you know?
Oh man, that's a ton of them. That's a lot of movies that is just
because I don't know. Because at first,
most movies. Here's the thing: most movies, I would say about 85% of them, they're good in the first movie, and then the second movie is just terrible. And Disney, we can see that in Disney animated films, even Marvel movies. Like the first movie was good, and then they changed director, and the second one's like, nope, it's terrible. I can't really say any of them. I'm just starting to know directors and actors, so I'm not really aware. I know. I just know that sequels usually are terrible.
Because I just have to know now, and now that I'm more seeing it at a bigger picture, what movies that I thought that were great with sequels, because I'm always invested to the stories. Like, what's the next? What does the movie share about the story? I never thought, what does the director want to show in this movie to continue on or something like that, right? So, what's like Matrix? I'm not sure all Matrix movies were by the same director. I thought they were good. If you have a comment, you can say. What's another one that had plenty of sequels? This is before I got tired of it, but Fast and the Furious, they have a bunch of...
I think Fast and the Furious all have the same director.
For real?
Yeah, I think they all have the same director. Same thing with, like Harry Potter, Transformers. I think they all have the same director, except for...
That's a rare thing.
Except for, what was the spin-off with Hobbs?
Oh, Hobbs and... no, it's Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw.
Shawn and Hobbs.
Hobbs and Shaw, yeah.
Yeah, that. I think that one has the different director, but the rest are just all the same in the Fast and the Furious.
How about, okay, maybe let me kind of trail off. How about actors being directors? Do you know anyone that...
Yeah, I know, what's his name? Edward Norton. Ed Norton, the Hulk.
Okay.
Yeah, the Hulk guy. He wasn't supposed to be the director. This is the reason why they said he's so hard to work with, because he tends to change the direction of the movie. Like he will rewrite the movie, he will direct the movie to make it look good. He did that with we don't talk about
Bruno?
Not Bruno. No, we don't talk about what is that underground fight movie?
Fight
Club. Yeah, we don't talk about Fight Club. Yeah, that he did the same thing with Fight Club. He rewritten and redirected the movie.
Oh wow, I know a lot of people who loves that movie though.
Yeah.
Did you like the movie?
Yeah.
I still haven't watched it though. They say it was really good, but now I'm really more intrigued to watch it. But so he redirected the movie.
Yeah, he rewritten the movie, and he trying to get full credit of the movie. He's saying that the only reason why the movie was good because of what he did. Yeah. But
weren't there other like big A-team stars that were A-stars that was in there?
Well, in Fight Club you have Brad Pitt, and Brad Pitt was a big guy, big A-list celebrity when that movie came out. um, shoot, the Joker in
Joaquin.
no no crap, what,
Oh, the guy that
the
played.
Ben Affleck Joker, the Joker of Ben Affleck.
Oh,
Yeah,
isn't he Morbius?
yeah, Morbius. Yep.
Mm,
Yeah, he was in there. He's the blonde guy.
I see. Um, I guess that was. I was just wondering how they felt having an actor direct a movie when his job was to act.
Well, of course they're not gonna like it because that's not their job. You know, you don't just take someone else's job. Your job is to be an actor and remember and act out whatever they wrote for you. Your job is not to
Oh
read it and change the whole thing.
no, I get that. I mean, like, so you have these A stars, but was the guy that we're talking about? Did he rise up becoming an A star? Like he's fairly new, or he was already a part of that?
He's
A-star?
already an A-star, A-list celebrity.
Okay, so I'm just wondering how their chemistry with the other stars feeling being directed by a star when it's not his job to direct.
That I don't know. I have no idea. I don't have, I have zero experience in that field. I don't know. I just assume that they won't like it. I just assume that, hey, I'm gonna do my job because this is the job that was given to me. I'm not gonna follow what you want. I'm just gonna do what they want me to do, kind of thing. You know.
Yeah, you're right. It's new to me. Like I never thought about the director or the actors. I just always thought the story of the movie, like the story of the book. And now I see it in a whole different perspective. So what is another movie that had like sequels and I thought it was pretty cool?
With a cool sequel, with a good sequel, or a bad sequel?
No, I just thought they were cool. From my opinion, and I want to hear what other people say about them. Let's see. There's that old movie, not Hellhound, or Home and Bound, or something like that, or
Homeward Bound.
yeah. There's like three of them. I was into dogs, so I loved that movie.
Oh, I see.
There's three of them. There's Beethoven, 1, 2, and 3, I think. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1, 2, and 3. The old one, not the newer ones, like the one they were wearing costumes.
Well, I guess it's more like what movies that has sequels that are really good, you know? Because if we think about it, that's actually fewer. I think, in my opinion, there's less movies that has good sequels. Like the whole thing is good, compared to movies that has sequels, but the rest are,
Oh no! What I'm trying
sequels are bad.
to bring out is that the movies that I thought before I knew you or knew how you think things. All these cool movies, I thought they were cool, but I wanted to hear from your opinion if you're familiar with these movies. What did you think about them, or if you're familiar? Are you familiar with these directors? If not, it's cool. But I'm just saying that what I thought was cool, maybe the ratings or other people who actually think like you thought differently.
I just got into movies when I moved here in America. I wasn't big in movies when I was in the Philippines because, cinemas are expensive. We pirate movies,
that's true.
and I didn't really have moments in my life where I want to watch movies. Yeah, I mean, even local movies, I don't necessarily watch them.
Well, since we're on that topic, do you recall any local movies that had sequels or?
No, they're all cheesy. I do not like Filipino movies, like especially superhero Filipino movies are so cheesy. They're cheesy. The dramas are fairly good. The comedy, the rom-coms were fairly good. Actually, the dramas are really good. But when you go to comedy and action, I guess comedy was good. But action and superhero movies, they're all cheesy. Like they're so predictable. Yeah, like you exactly know what's gonna happen when you watch action movies. The setup will be there was this normal guy who is an ex-military, ex-cop who retired and have his own family and kid, kid, always just one kid. It's always just one kid, and something happened. His family or all of them got I don't know, like this bad guys went to his house, killed his wife and his kid, right? And then go and you know I don't know, go and have his revenge, right? And come to find out that the people that got his family killed was his relative or just popular, powerful, rich person, and they will have a gunfight. This guy has unlimited ammo and he only has a handgun. Like you will never see him reload, or when he reloads, he only reloads one time, and he has unlimited ammo. And this whole fighting sequence will be like 3 hours or 4 hours. Not in the whole movie, but in the whole sequence of the fight, it's like 3 to 4 hours. And after the whole fighting sequence, when the good guy wins, well, before that, the good guy will somehow, by the last enemy, this main enemy who ordered his family get killed, somehow he will run out of ammo and they're gonna get into a fist fight. It's always end in a fist fight. They're gonna get into a fist fight. The other guy will lose, and then after just 3 to 4 hours fighting sequence, the cops will show up. Like they're always late.
This
Cops
guy is
will show
still
up,
going.
and then after that,
He's writing the whole
the
script.
movie's done. The movie's done. That's it. It will just fade and it's over. It's always like that though. Especially like the 90s action movies they're all the same.
I thought you were just doing the casual explanation, but you went through the whole script from
Well,
beginning
yeah,
to
because
end.
it's all of them are. Most of them are just like that.
For those who are just like me and it's been broken because of him, I'm sorry.
Why?
I mean, because those things we never think about. I never think about. It's like, oh, that's a good story. Like, even though it has like every movie, someone has the similar script, but it never dawned on them. Like, oh, that's a good movie. Oh, that's a good movie. Oh, that's a good movie. But not realizing that if you help them see a bigger picture and realize the script are just the same, it just crushes them. It's like, wow, he's right. They're all the same. Like,
Let me ask you this though: if you eat food, right? You're eating food. I always look at it in this perspective. If I'm eating food, and the food is good, now I can eat that. I can probably eat that food every single day, but without looking at the ingredients. When I start looking at the ingredients, I start looking at this food that I thought was amazing. I'm like, this is not healthy. This is not good for me. This food can kill me. So now I'm gonna change my habit and be selective with kind of food that I'm gonna eat. And that's the same way with movies. I'm not saying movies can kill you, but your artistic and creative form of ideas will be ruined because you're just taking it as it is instead of just looking at ingredients that's in the movie. It's like, oh yeah, no, that's crap. Nope,
Maybe-
I don't like that.
okay, maybe it's just me. I take it back. Maybe none of you guys are like me. That's just I the way I think is I take it as it is. If it's not something that it's not my problem or something I worry about, it's already pretty much done. I'm like, okay, I'll just take the finished product and go from there. And then once it's done, I'll move on. I just never thought about the whole details because he loves to think why. I just think like, okay, let's go. I mean, I take it simple. I guess that's me. It's just you are, I guess, helping me opening up those things that I never thought I would think of doing.
I'm trying to think of anything that can compare it with regards to in your own world, because I can compare it with food because you eat almost anything. So
Almost.
that's not
Keywords almost.
that's not that's incomparable. I don't know, like maybe clothes. When you buy clothes, doesn't matter if they're expensive or cheap. You look at the quality, right? You don't just buy clothes just what it is. Do you question yourself before you buy clothes?
Okay, this is the reason I do, only because there's certain I can't find clothes that kind of fit me. I don't know how to not make it sound nice.
I'm not just
No,
talking
no, no,
about
no.
clothes. I'm talking about like even shoes or like the quality. Do you just get the clothes or apparel or a form of clothing as it is without even like thinking about the brand or the quality of the product.
If it succeed in its purpose, then I don't really look into that.
So explain to me that purpose, the purpose of the clothing.
Clothing, like if there's clothing for work, then there's clothing for work.
Okay,
like, I don't look for the.
All right, I'll go step. I'll step it up a little bit, right? Let's say you bought this product, right? This pants, this product. I don't know what it is. This brand of products
All right.
in this specific store. You bought it there, and then you wore it. After you wore it, you were disappointed. Like it was crappy product. It shrunk. It's itchy. It ripped after a few hours of wearing it. My question is, would you go back into the same store, buy the same product from the same person ever again?
From the top of my head, I'll say no, but I assume there are other brands there in the same store.
No, I'm talking about that specific product from that specific store from that specific person.
I wouldn't get that. I wouldn't get that same product though.
Yeah, from that specific store too, right?
Right.
Yeah, and that's how I view movies. You know, like I look at movies and I watch this. Main big thing, right? The main big thing is M. Night Shyamalan. I don't even care what kind of movies he makes. Like, yes, fine, I don't care. Split is good. Glass is good. I don't even care. As soon as he ruined some of my favorite movies, he's done. Like he did Dragon Ball. Nope. You're done.
Wait, what?
I'm not watching any more of your movies because of what you did to Dragon Ball.
I didn't know. I have to agree. Dragon Ball was bad. Dragon Ball was really bad. I forgot about they did a Dragon Ball Z movie, like a live action one.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't Dragon Ball.
It was just as bad as Avatar. For my Avatar Airbender.
Yeah.
What else did I did?
Yeah. So that's how I view it in when it comes to product. You know, like I look at this product before I buy this item. Before I start to like this item, I don't just say, "Oh, I like it." It's like, "Well, why do you like it?" "Oh, I like it because of the quality. It's because of the brand. It's because of the price, you know, and that's why I like it." You know? Like it's same thing with instruments or anything that we own and we really like. I don't know if that's the right explanation for that, but I don't know. I just think that if you watch movies over and over again, you get the pattern and nothing surprises you anymore. You know, like you want that surprise factor in a movie.
Well, that's how you. I guess you're right. But the thing is about me, I'm so far invested in the movie, like what's going on at the moment.
Oh, I guess here's the better explanation. It will relate to you, and because I said you almost eat everything, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, and be honest with me. If you can think of a food that you can eat every single day, like any kind of food, right? Mm-hmm. There's no way you could eat that every single day.
Something that I would like to eat every day, but I can't have it every day?
No. If someone asks you, because people ask us that all the time, it's like, if there's a food that you can eat every day, what would that be? And they always say, "Oh, this because it's my favorite." But let's be honest, whatever that food is, eventually you're gonna get tired eating it. You know?
True.
What you say, steak? Oh, I can eat steak every day. If I feed you steak every single day, that one steak, the same. I'm not talking about like different way of cooking steak. Like that one way of cooking steak. That's it. Just the grilled steak with specific ingredients and things like that. And you eat that breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day for the rest of your life. Even though it's the best thing, even though it's good, you'll get tired of eating it.
At some point, yes.
Right? And that's the same way with movies. Like when you're watching these movies and you know they're like same thing over and over again. It's cheesy of, oh, the bad guys are gonna win for a moment and then they're gonna lose. And then, fine, I get that. But I want you to give me here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Majority of superhero movies, right? Majority of them, except for let's start with Marvel.
All right.
The majority of Marvel movies, the bad guys loses by the end of the movie, except for Infinity War.
Yeah, that
Right?
was the best.
Except for Infinity War. Now I'm okay with that cliche and that trope of the bad guys winning at first, and then the good guy will rise up and beat the bad guy. Right? I'm okay with that because that's just a movie trope. You want the ending in the movie, right? What I want is how I like the idea of how is the good guy gonna beat the bad guy, you know? Like the plan of the bad guy is, I don't know, to get to be able to control the system, the world system. This is just for example. How is the good guy gonna beat that? How is the good guy gonna overcome that obstacle? Because to me, when I'm watching the movie and there's that obstacle, like this villain got really, 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 really powerful, I'm like, how are they gonna beat that? And now in my head, I'm gonna try to figure out how they're gonna beat it, and then I'm gonna be stuck because it's like, no, this bad guy's super powerful. There's no way they're gonna win, right?
Interesting.
And then the movie will surprise me. Oh, because there's this side of the movie that you don't know, or just this thing, and a lot of it they get lazy, like Venom, the first Venom.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I see your point. It's because now that you know how the script goes, nothing is new, at least for you. In my case, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. It's just that when I'm well invested in the movie, or I'm in the journey of those characters in the movie, like I'm following them, I'm with them, like I'm following the story with them, as if I'm reading the book. But instead of reading the book, I'm watching the book in live action, and like what he's gonna do next. Some of the things that you hear me when we're watching a show blurting out is because I'm invested, and I'm like, what is he doing, or where's he going to go next, or that's stupid, stuff like that. I'm like in the story with them, like what's next. But overall, all in all, it's you're right, it's just the same script, or it's typical. But I never think about that when I'm watching it. Like it never, and it doesn't cross my mind, at least. Maybe it's not because I'm used to thinking that way. It's just that when I'm in it, I'm like, oh wow,
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. And I think that's why I got frustrated with One Piece. I'm rewatching One Piece now.
Oh yeah.
And it's so frustrating because I like the idea of, I like what they're doing. That they don't have just one problem, right? They put another problem on top of that big problem, and then there's going to be another problem on top of that mess of a problem that they're trying to solve.
Right.
And I'm okay with that because it's like it's making my brain works and trying to figure out, okay, how are they gonna solve that?
Right.
Oh, the ship start burning, and then this big wave is gonna get them with this main villain, overpowerful villain that nobody can beat. And then at the same time, someone's attacking their ship. Like all these problems is happening. The problem is the buildup is so stinking long that they doing recap over recap over recap of the same scene. Like they're showing it 5 times. It's like, I gotta see it. I gotta see it through. I gotta know what's happening. Like move forward.
No, I have to agree with this guy. I think that's one of the reasons why I moved on from anime to manga, because the build-up is so long, and when you read a manga, you're in control of what comes next. Okay, I can just skim through it. Oh, that's what's happening. Okay, finally, this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
Versus the anime, I mean, you have the fast forward button, but yeah.
The recap is fine. Like, not recap, the backstory is fine. I'm okay with backstories, like when you show this character, the backstory of this character, why he became like that during that time, I'm okay with that. Like, a lot of people complain about there's a backstory and then a backstory in a backstory, and then that backstory there's another backstory. I'm actually totally fine with all that. Like, 'cause I like the origin stories. What I don't like is the multiple recaps of the same thing. Like, if you show me an origin story of this person,
I
right?
see. Okay, so
and then you moved on, and then something reminds you. Something happened that reminds them of the same backstory that you already showed me 2 episodes ago, and then you're gonna show me again that backstory.
Okay, well,
that's when it gets ridiculous.
Now that I think about it, because before we had the option to watch it, have the power and the privilege to watch episode to episode, way before Hulu and any of these things came, we had only regular TV or cable, where these shows come once a week. Not everyone remember what happened to the last episode. I mean, that's why they kept how it is.
I don't think so. Because even in Dragon Ball, I remember watching Dragon Ball Z. They don't do that. They never did that in Dragon Ball.
Well, you're right. No, because some do, some don't. I mean, because some, like when you finish an episode, you don't have to watch the last episode because the story is already done for that arc. Yeah. Now you're moving on to the next one. But some episodes do. Some Dragon Ball Z shows do, like especially during
yeah, well, if it's like the in between is from one arc to another, and then you do another backstory of what you already showed from the previous arc, that's fine. But if it's like in between, you've done it in like 2 or 3 episodes consecutively, that's like, it gets old. You know what I mean?
No, I get that.
That's what I say. It's too much. And then you don't even show just a glimpse of the backstory. You're showing the almost full clip of the same backstory that you showed previous time. You know.
I mean, that's the only reason why they did those things, is that a recap of the recap, or a recap period, is because episodes tend to come in once a week.
They do the recap in once a week in the beginning of the show.
Right.
That's fine. But in the middle of the show, after you already did the intro and the recap, wait, you're doing another recap.
They do that in the middle?
No, they do. They show like the mama, right. Big Mama's recap. This is what I can come up with on top of my head. But that recap, what happened to her when she was a kid, they showed that at least 3 times.
What?
In the middle of the show, when her parents abandoned her,
right,
or with the mom and the kids and all that, like they showed it at least 3 times.
Oh wow. Even
the scene of breaking the frame, they showed it multiple times in the show. You know, it was a lot.
I guess you got a point. Maybe if I started watching it, I will see what you're talking about. Like, this is taking forever.
Yeah, it gets old. I like the build up though. I like the good build up where it's satisfying. You know, like, yes, that's good. Yep, I love that. That's good. I've been waiting for that.
Right.
For that moment to happen. But if you keep dragging it, that's when it's like, ugh, bro, what in the world?
Yeah, that's what they did. I mean, maybe for me, at least for me, that's what they did with the ending of Naruto, the last arc of Naruto.
Oh yeah, the story behind the last arc of Naruto though is anime caught up, so they had to drag it. You remember that whole scene with the they were all sleeping in a cocoon? That's not even in manga.
Anime caught up, for real?
Anime caught up, yeah. So they had to drag it.
Oh man, no wonder the manga was so boring. Because I was already towards the end and they kept going with this. It was just draggy, but I didn't realize that they were waiting for the anime to catch up.
No. They're waiting for the manga. Because remember, there's like about, I don't know, like 4, not even 4, like 10, 15 episodes manga before anime. You know what I mean? Like there's 10, 15 episodes ahead of the anime. Like there's a buffer.
Of the anime or of the manga?
Of the, like 10 to 15 episodes manga.
Okay,
it's
the
ahead.
Chapters. Okay.
Yeah, than anime. But anime caught up. Like they're almost caught up.
Oh, I see.
They're like 1 episode in between.
I see what you mean.
Or 1 episode behind. So they had to drag the anime. Like there was some scenes, there were some episodes in anime, the cocoon, when they were all falling asleep.
Right.
And they're having their own dreams and their own version of their backstory of what's happening in their lives. That's not part of the manga.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
I did not know that because I didn't watch any of them on the anime. I just knew that there was a section in the arc of the last arc of Naruto. It was draggy, the end was so draggy. I'm like, come on, let's just get to the end. And I
Yeah,
get it. I
yeah.
know where it's going. It's just it
Yeah.
was drag. I mean, I don't think there was a build up though. I think the build up was already there. We knew it was coming, but it was just a drag. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I see what you're pointing out with One Piece. Though I do like the build up. It's just it's just taking forever to get to the climax
Yeah.
due to the
Yeah.
so-called.
And that's no sexual innuendo. um Another thing, and this is why people were a little unsatisfied with Demon Slayer, Attack on Titans, and Promised Neverland, because they didn't give us that much of a build up.
Because
Like,
it was just straightforward.
it was almost just a straightforward. Like, there are some build-ups there, and there's some good fighting scenes, but there's not a lot of, like, I mean, if you think about it, right?
Right.
Like, for example, Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer has in the last season,
Mhm.
who are their biggest enemy?
It would have been
It will be the family of the Spider family.
Spider Family.
Yeah, the Spider family.
The first arc.
Yeah, the first season.
The first, yes, it was the Spider Family.
It was the Spider family, but it ended too quick. Like, there's not a lot of build up. You know, there's
I
nothing.
see.
There's not. If you compare it to Naruto or One Piece, there's not that much of a build up that's going on. It's just one fight. The main guy is losing. He somehow learned all these things and then beat the guy.
Sometimes I wonder that it's all due the artist or the mangaka, the manga authors, or the anime writers or drawers, whatever you call it. I think it's based on generation, because when I was with when my nieces and nephew were into anime at the time, they were kind of getting bored with One Piece or what was the other one? Some of the very big ones, and I was like, they're telling me. I asked them why. It's too long.
I don't know, cause Dragon Ball wasn't draggy.
It wasn't, but I mean,
Dragon Ball was almost a straightforward.
maybe it's because we know. I mean, it is straightforward, but maybe because we know it now that we can summarize what we remembered.
Because even Dragon Ball Super was the same way.
I haven't watched Dragon Ball Super
Oh,
yet, but I
okay.
do want to watch it. I'm telling myself that one of these days I'm gonna rewatch the whole Dragon Ball saga, from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Super, even Dragon Ball GT that doesn't even count, just so I know what's going on. Because I stopped Dragon Ball Z after they defeated Cell. After Cell, that was it. I stopped. What was the other one? But yeah, I just wondered that the reason why some of these were short is due to, our current generation that do watch anime. They want it straightforward. Like,
I don't know. I have no idea.
because I personally enjoyed Demon Slayer, and
You might be partially right. They might. It's probably not the generation of the watchers. I think it's the generation of the artists. I think they're invested now in making short animes, short mangas, than long mangas like Naruto, One Piece, or Bleach, because there's not really a lot of them.
do you think it's because they lack the finances? Because you did tell me one time that
Yeah, I don't know. See, it might be that, or it's just the shonen is just too big that they need to release more and more animes out there. Instead of just continuing that one anime and drag it to 1,000 episodes where One Piece is right now.
One Piece is still going. I mean, I know I'm changing a little bit of it, but since we're on it, the big 3 or 5, you have One Piece, you have Bleach, you have, I consider them part of the big 5, Fairy Tail.
Oh, you're gonna be fighting a lot of people for that.
I said big 5, not the big 3.
The big 5. So okay, big 3 is not an
Naruto?
no. Hold on, big 3 is not an opinion. Big 3 is just the three mangas that sold a ton of um, 3 artworks that sold a ton of mangas, and they're not subjective. They're just because of the amount of money they gained.
That makes
That's
sense.
One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach. That's it. Now,
they still do
whatever
that
your
today.
top 5, whatever your top 3 is, that's all your. When I say you, I mean you. That's all up to you. Whatever you want to put as top 5. If you want to put, I don't know, Death Note in there, that's all up to you. I don't even care. But the top 3 when it comes to making a ton of money, that's not optional. Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes complete sense because they're still out there. There's still people who cosplay Bleach that ended a long time ago, but they are coming back with the last season, right?
Yeah, they're still making the last season, and they might make a sequel, like what they did to Boruto.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's with their kids.
Nope. I didn't like Boruto. No, I was done with Naruto.
Okay, let me give you an unpopular opinion about this, right? Let me give you an unpopular opinion. I was fine with Boruto if, and I think I already expressed this before, I was okay with Boruto if they exist where Naruto and Sasuke and the original people, or at least most of the original people, are dead. I'm totally fine with that. Like, but the problem with Boruto is Naruto's still alive. You can't have both of them exist at the same time in the same anime and expect people while they're watching this character that they grew up watching, which is Naruto, and shift their mindset to this kid who's his kid and say, no, now this is the main character, not this guy that you grew up with. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no, you gotta remove that guy and focus on this one, and now we can start our whole thing.
They did something similar to an anime where the main character from a previous anime was still alive. On the next one, I'm trying to remember what it was, because it wasn't just Naruto. They did something. I can't remember though, but nor do I remember how the story went. But yeah, you did tell me that you wish that this was on a future tense, but this was immediately after. Well, maybe 10 years later. Naruto becoming Hokage.
Yeah.
And his son is what,
Right.
12, 13?
Right. Like, if you still do the same thing but kill off Naruto and Sasuke, like they're done, and you have a different Hokage now, and then you have Hinata, Sakura still alive, and the rest of the people are there with Boruto and all their kids. I think that would have worked out. The problem is they're putting 2 characters in there and expect the people who, which is us, we are those people who grew up watching Naruto and telling us, nope, this is the main character now. And that's gonna be a big problem, because if you think about it, what anime, I can't even think of on top of my head popular animes that the main character from the previous one is still alive, in the same instance. Like, even Avatar, they had to kill Aang
Yeah.
to show up the Katara.
Yep. That's right.
Dragon Ball is still Goku. Even though the Cell Saga, it was mainly Gohan, but it's still Goku.
Right.
Like in different arc.
Well,
like
Goku
Dragon
died
Ball,
several times.
Right, Dragon Ball GT, it's still
Still
Goku.
even though
Yeah.
it's not part of the.
Right.
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
still Goku. Like, you can't put them together. There's no way. It's not gonna work.
Do you think that they've realized what you just said and why they are botching both Naruto and Sasuke in the later episodes?
No, I think that's part of it. I think that's they thought about doing that long time ago. It's not because Boruto was is tanking. It's not because of that. I think that's the whole purpose of Boruto. Is to kill off Naruto and Sasuke.
And his real journey begins.
Yeah. Or, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be worse when that time happens. When that time comes that Naruto and Sasuke dies in Boruto series, I think it would be worse for Boruto.
Because all the fans would be like, why did you just...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or I'm done
I
watching
guess-
it because Naruto is gone. You know.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? They kind of did this something similar. No, they did a movie where a lot of fans hated the fact that she died in Fast and the Furious. I know I'm trailing off again. You know how the Vin Diesel's wife
Yeah.
in the movie died,
Mm-hmm.
but magically come back to life?
Mm.
I don't know if you've seen any of the movies.
Yeah, yeah. People didn't like that.
No, people
So
didn't
they
like
brought
it.
her back.
Yeah, they brought her back. So they had
Oh.
to make a story of how, a story that makes sense of how she should come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they did. I mean, they played it off pretty well, but basically she survived a car accident. She just had amnesia, don't remember anything. So she joined another carjacked party until she finally remembered who she was and went back to Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when they do this Bleach movie, I think I'll be fine if the kids grew up and Ichigo is old. I mean, it's fine if he's still alive, but he's retired. He's not as active as Naruto is right now as Hokage. And if that's the case, I'm totally fine with that, you know.
I can see where you're going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I mean, sequels are hard to do anyways. I think
Yeah.
Boruto made a huge risk of making it a Boruto movie or Boruto show, because it's totally off brand. It's a total spin-off, not even a sequel of Naruto. It's a total spin-off now of Naruto instead of a sequel.
Another sequel that I think died. I totally forgot they did it. A sequel of Inuyasha, but it was their kids. I don't know if you know about that one.
I didn't see that. I wasn't a big fan of Inuyasha.
Inuyasha was one of my first animes that I ended up watching. Yeah, they did a sequel for that, but this time it was with their kids, both Inuyasha and his brother.
Yeah.
What's another one that did a sequel?
Yeah, I wasn't as big of Inuyasha. I've seen some of the episodes. Well, when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to watch animes anyway. I had
really?
I had to sneak watch Dragon Ball, and two of the main reasons why I watched it, because first, because it was good, and second, because everybody in my school talk about it. And they're like, "Hey, have you seen the episode last night?" And I'm like, "No," because I'm not allowed to watch it. I wasn't allowed to watch any action shows, you know, like fighting and things like that. So I wasn't allowed to watch Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball. I watched Slam Dunk. I watched that. I watched Prince of Tennis when I was a kid. And then when my parents noticed I watch a lot of cartoons, they banned me from watching cartoons. So now altogether, I wasn't allowed to watch any animes. Yeah, and it's just when I got older when I caught up kind of and Dragon Ball. Like I haven't actually seen the whole Dragon Ball series, like Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Z Kai. I've only known Kai when I got here. I didn't know there's such thing as Kai.
I didn't know Kai existed.
But I know bits and pieces, not bits and pieces. I know certain arcs, and I finished certain arcs, like the Cell Saga arc. I finished that. I don't remember the whole thing. I remember Majin Buu, the Buu arc.
Yeah,
I remember that. Well, the Cell Saga includes the android. You know,
yeah,
he's an android. Yeah,
it did. I think. Wait, after Cell Saga, it was Buu, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, after Buu, that's when I stopped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then Oob came out. I think that's how it ended. It was Oob.
Yeah,
Oob.
That was the end. The end of the whole thing. And then GT happened, and then Super.
Yeah. Oob was the last episode of him being reincarnated.
Yeah.
But he was reincarnated fast.
Yeah, he did.
Because Goku was still alive, and Gohan was still in his still younger years.
Yeah.
As if Oob was already born while Boo was still doing his thing. You kind of see what I'm trying.
So Gohan is already old. Because remember, they have Goten.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, this was when they nerfed Gohan.
Yeah, that's right.
Kind of.
Gohan, Goten
I
and
guess
Trunks.
I guess it's after the Buu saga is when they nerfed him. Because he had that almost ultimate Gohan. Yeah.
Yeah, when he was
the Kai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Goku still finished him off.
Yeah, Goku still did with the use of the Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not into anime or anything like that, if you're not into animes or movies, this episode's probably not for you. But thanks for watching and listening. We're gonna do another pod tomorrow. I'm actually excited to do another pod with Waka tomorrow. Tomorrow is we're gonna talk about the wedding. Will be his first experience doing a wedding, and want to know his stories. And but yeah,
I've done weddings before, just not this kind of way. Just so everyone knows.
Yeah, he's been in a wedding before.
Been in a wedding. I did singing in a wedding, but not behind the scenes.
It will be fun. Yeah,
I'm nervous.
We'll talk about
what he's talking about.
We'll talk about some of the stuff that happened yesterday. Hopefully it will be eventful enough that we can talk about it. And maybe next time we'll see. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe.
Yes.
It will only take 2 seconds, like literally just 2 seconds to subscribe. Hit that notification bell, and come follow us. Tell your friends about us. Comment down below if you're a big anime fan. What's your top 3 favorite animes?
Right.
We won't judge. Maybe. If you're listening to this podcast and you want to see us interact, go to youtube.com and look for the Maximum Filipino Show.
Yeah.
If you are watching this and you want to just listen to it, go to your favorite podcast and look for the Maximum Filipino Show. Follow us: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and all that good stuff. The Maximum Filipino Show. If you have any questions, anything that you want to say, go and email us at the maximumfilipino@gmail.com. If you don't know our name yet, I just repeated it almost 7 times. It is the Maximum Filipino Show. Thank you guys for being here. My name is CB.
Yeah, my name is Waka.
And we'll see you guys later.
Late.